Justified is a modern Western classic that stands the test of time whenever I go back and binge the entire series in just a few settings. However, despite the brilliance of the original show, I can't help but wish for more, as I often feel like there are still more stories to tell in the adventurous life of Deputy U.S. Marshal Raylan Givens. So you can imagine how excited when I saw the news that Raylan is about to return to the screen with brand new adventures through a mini spin-off series that will act as part 2 of our beloved Deputy Marshal's life. Now that there is less than a week left for the new series Justified City Primeval to premiere on FX, I feel like it's time to break down the show's relation to the original series and what to expect from the Justified universe in moving forward. If you are not a Western fan, there is a high chance that Justified has gone under the radar for you, as the show never had a huge audience. That being said, the audience it had has always been a loyal one with lots of appreciation and dedication to the series. Nevertheless, I feel like the Western crime drama had a renaissance over the past few years as people started to realize that it was one of the best TV series of the 2010s. Thus, I'm not surprised to see the hype around this new sequel series, as Justified has lots more fans today than it had when it was on air. Why is Justified so special, though? And more importantly, why we should all tune in for the new spin-off, Justified City Primeval. Justified is adapted from Elmore Leonard's book telling the story of Raylan Givens. Especially the story Fire in the Hole has been the main source for the show. The series premiered in 2010 and took place in the Harlan County of Kentucky. From Season 1 to Season 6, we as the audience got on a hell of a ride as Raylan sought to bring justice to the region. Of course, I have to mention the importance of casting in the series, because even though I feel like Justified has one of the best scripts ever written, with lots of clever dialogues and witty comebacks, I don't believe the series would have had the same impact if the actors were different. Naturally, Timothy Olyphant is the one that carries the show on his shoulders for the most part, as he completely embraces the character of Raylan and delivers some of the most charismatic and cool performances ever. Another actor who absolutely thrives in this series is Walton Goggins, whose character Boyd is like a frenemy to Raylan, and the two characters' banter is perhaps the strongest suit of the entire series for 6 long seasons. Apart from these two brilliant people, other actors like Margot Martindale and Jeremy Davies also deliver some of the best performances of their entire careers in Justified. The show hot wrapped up with its season 6 back in 2015 and has provided a pretty satisfying ending with little to no loose ends. And that's why some of you guys are probably wondering if it was necessary to bring the character of Raylan back through a spin-off show since his story has already felt complete. Well, even though I understand where this argument is coming from, I respectfully disagree. First of all, let's get one thing straight. If there is any chance for me to watch Timothy Olyphant as Raylan again, I'm on board regardless of the context. Apart from this, it is important to realize that the new spin-off series will not be an unrelated story to the original show. In fact, it's based on one of the rare books of Leonard that did not get the chance to be adapted on screen through the run of the original show. So it's still very much on brand and has a place in the overall story of Raylan as a character. Here's a fun fact on how the idea of this spin-off series emerged. Apparently, Quentin Tarantino was the one who originally wanted to adapt this book on screen, as he's a fan of Leonard's work. His movie Jackie Brown is also a book-to-movie adaptation of one of Leonard's stories. However, soon after Tarantino gives up on the idea for who knows why, but mentions it to Olyphant on the set of his movie Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Olyphant loves the idea and brings it to the FX managers as a pitch for a spin-off show, and the rest is history. Justified City Primeval will have some of the most important elements of the original show. Raylan is a U.S. Marshal, a ruthless villain, a dynamic city as a character itself, and a very clever script. But, as Olyphant expressed in a recent interview, they will mix things up this time.
Justified City Primeval.
And where were you shooting it?
We shot in Chicago, mostly Chicago for Detroit. It takes place in Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
Raylan goes to Detroit. I play Raylan Givens.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm also going to play his brother, Dave Givens, and then his other brother, Jim Givens. They're triplets. I really wanted to mix it up this time. I was like,
I get you. Why do you ruin everything?
We're going to bring it back. I was like, they said, I said, what? Why do I want to bring back this character? I've already played this character for 6 years. And then it hit me. I was like, what if he had a brother? And then I was like, they're twins. And I'm like, wait a minute, everyone's done it. Jeremy Irons has done it. Nick Cage has done it. Lindsay Lohan, Van Damme. They've all done twins.
All the greats have done it.
All
You're
the
right.
greats have done it. And that's when it hit me. It was like the clouds parted. I said, triplet? Raylan's a triplet.
And this has never been revealed in all the years you did Justified. And I've watched them all. You never revealed.
We should just start the podcast here.
Okay.
Because now people are in.
Now they're in. So this is great. Raylan is triplets. One is Dave. One is Raylan. And then the other one...
Jim Givens.
Jim Givens. Wow, the writers, their parents were like, we'll call you Raylan, you Dave, and you Jim.
The great thing about my position with the Justified thing is I can get in the writer's room and really, take it up a level.
The show will take place 10 years after the completion of the original Justified show. It will tell the story of Raylan, who was supposed to be on a road trip with his daughter, but somehow finds himself in Detroit. There, a new adventure begins as he is tasked with stopping a brutal criminal with no hesitation in killing named Clement Mansell, who turns out to be the love interest of Raylan's daughter. It's basically a cat and mouse game between the two, which is something I adore to watch in general. Now, one big difference from the original Justified is the fact that the entire cast apart from Oliphant is different. This time, we will watch names like Boyd Holbrook, Vondi Curtis Hall, Norbert Leo Butz, Victor Williams, Anjani Ellis, Adelaide Clemens, Mirren Ireland, and Vivian Oliphant. Yes, you heard it right. Oliphant's real-life daughter Vivian will play his on-screen daughter Willa, whom we last saw back in the last episode of Justified when she was just 4. Another change is, of course, the fact that Raylan is no longer in Kentucky, which is a major difference from the original series as the city had a huge part in the show. But I feel like this might be a good thing as it will put Raylan in a very complex and challenging situation as he will be out of his comfort zone. This story is kind of a three-hander. It's about Raylan, Clement Mansell, and the third character is this woman defense attorney, Carolyn Wilder, who in some ways is kind of locked at the wrists and ankles, not by her doing, to Clement Mansell. Showrunner Michael Dinner expressed on the issue and continued. But then there's a fourth character, which is the city of Detroit. Raylan's a little bit of a fish out of water in a place that he doesn't understand as well as he understood where he grew up in Kentucky or Miami, where he lives. The trailer of the show looks highly promising as it proves that Oliphant is still amazing as Raylan and the new cast members are also more than capable of delivering their parts. Thus, I believe the show, which will premiere on FX on the 18th of July, has a lot of potential and will likely be a great addition to the Justified universe. Who knows, perhaps this new show becomes so successful that we end up with a major Justified franchise at our hands with multiple spin-off series. My only wish is to see Justified City Primeval carrying the spirit of Justified Season 2, which is a perfect season from beginning to end, rather than Justified Season 5, which is a mess I don't even want to talk about. Other than that, I feel like the only thing you need to know about Justified before tuning in for the new series is the fact that Raylan is a badass. And that's it. What are your thoughts about Justified City Primeval? Are you as excited as I am? Let me know what you think in the comments below and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the video. Thank you for watching. See you soon.